Hard at work scraping the main track here at Aqueduct. We were fast, we were firm, we had a $16,000 carryover into day number 2, the opening Thursday pick 6. And we're glad you're settled in with us here on MSG Plus. Jason Blewitt, Richard Migliore, the boys are back in town, Mig. And I forgot how good this Big A Clubhouse studio looks on camera.
It does look good, and a little bit of relief getting out of the elements at Belmont, although the weather's been cooperating. Another warm day.
A near record 70 degrees here in South Ozone Park, Queens. We'll take it for as long as we can get it. I'm sure the jockeys, trainers, hot walkers, outriders, assistant starters pretty happy just with the weather that we've had as a whole, I guess dating back to the end of Saratoga.
I think the only ones that truly welcome the colder weather are the horses.
All right, let's move on. And the cold weather climate, not in the near future, or in the cards of Shared Belief, who's based out in Northern California at Golden Gate Fields. Your big cap winner over California Chrome. And I'll tell you, he's gearing up for a 2016 return. Happy to see him back jogging.
Well, it sounds like all systems are go. He's back starting to get a little bit more serious. He's back at the racetrack with Jerry Hollandoffer. An easy winner here, the Santa Anita Handicap. And a void that needs to be filled with the retirements of several big names. We saw the pictures of Liam's Map and Honor Code at Lane's End. Obviously, American Pharaoh gone, but Shared Belief coming back and California Chrome coming back could set up some good showdowns. And
I misspoke. It was the San Antonio that Shared Belief defeated California Chrome. And just like that, you go, oh, wait, Shared Belief, really good horse. And, man, if California Chrome can come back as a 5-year-old, you may get a nice little West Coast rivalry. Two good horses who kind of, along with every other horse in training, not named American Pharaoh, took the back burner given his success and Triple Crown sweep.
Yeah, in the beginning of the season, it looked like it was going to be those two kind of running and gunning. Obviously, they went the wrong way, but now they're coming back. And Shared Belief's a gelding, so there's a possibility if he stays healthy, we can see him for a long time coming.
And where does it end with trainer Chad Brown? How about the Breeders' Cup he enjoyed, winning a couple races over at Keeneland, $18 million plus in purse money won. How impressed are you with the operation this guy runs?
You have to be so impressed. It's been a meteoric rise for him into this upper echelon of trainers. And listen, this year Bob Baffert's going to be your Eclipse Award champion trainer, but he is nibbling at the heels of Todd Pletcher every year, and it won't be long before Chad Brown gets a well-deserved Eclipse Award.
A Titan in the making. He was at the Big A today alongside the MIG to recap the Breeders' Cup, and we'll find out who he may run in the Long Island.
You had a tremendous Breeders' Cup. Let's start talking first about Wavell Avenue. She looked tremendous in the paddock, and she ran to her looks.
Yeah, she did. She's a horse that's improved all year. She's gotten so much bigger and stronger throughout the year, and we figured out a few things about her along the way, and all came together on Breeders' Cup Day.
Stephanie's Kitten. I thought personally at one point this year that maybe she had lost a step, maybe age was catching up, where obviously I was 100% wrong. Her Flower Bowl and then her performance in the Breeders' Cup, you had to be thrilled with that effort.
We were, and even we were starting to question whether she had maybe packed it at age 6 beginning of the year with a couple lackluster performances. But as she always does in the fall, she comes strong, and she rounded back into form at the right time.
Were you concerned when you saw Irad kind of searching for room? It looked like he was trying to tip out, but then that hole presented itself.
I was quite concerned the first half of the race. She was really in the worst position possible, wide and in the rear. And somehow he worked out an inside trip to make up for the position he lost in the first turn on the final turn, and it all worked out.
Is it a little bittersweet, though, end on a high note with her, but then she was sold privately right after the race?
It is, and it's something we're used to because they at the spa, the same thing happened last year. We won the race, same race, and she was sold the next day. So, we become attached to these horses, but like they at the spa, Stephanie's Kitten went to a good home, and we look forward to seeing her offspring.
Something that I think shouldn't be overlooked is the effort by Big Blue Kitten and Slumber in turf. It looked at one point like Big Blue Kitten might get there.
I agree. Both horses ran terrific, and running against two of the best horses in Europe, I think they ran remarkable, and we're proud of both of their efforts.
Will we see Big Blue Kitten back next year?
Possibly both of them. Still talking to both ownership groups, and it's possible they both might race at age 8.
Well, as good as a weekend that was, racing goes on, and you've got 3 entered in the Long Island, and you drew the first 3 posts, which is really good. When you're going good, you're going good.
Yeah, I'll take those posts every day of the week on the turf. And all 3 fillies come in the race in good shape. Big field, evenly matched field. It's a handful of fillies that could win, and I think 3 of them are ours.
Goldy ESPONY is on the rail, and she looks like maybe she could be the pacemaker.
I think so. That's what she's accustomed to doing, going out there and setting the pace and seeing how far she can take everyone. And Kendrick gets along with her so well.
Then you got Rosalind and Danza Cavallo. Where do you think they might be positioned early?
forward, I think Rosalind went to the lead in E.P. Taylor, and Danza went to the lead in the Flower Bowl. So it's all going to be relative to pace. I'll instruct all the riders like I normally do, just put them where they're comfortable.
Chad, thanks a lot and congratulations.
Thank you.
Always well-spoken, a tip-top horseman, world-class horseman, and manager. And consider this, Mig, 2 of Chad Brown's Big Breeders' Cup efforts with Wayville Avenue and Big Blue Kitten, both achieved with horses who began their careers running in maiden claiming races.
Yeah, interesting, and horses that developed. And obviously, we've said this time and time again, different trainers. We talk about Shug McGahee all the time. Horses that continually develop and get better over time. That's a credit to their trainers. They're not getting a horse ready for a race or a string of races. They're getting them ready for a career.
All right, we'll keep our eye on Chad going forward as Saturday's featured 8th race, the Long Island. That'll play a major part, Mig, in that $200,000 guaranteed late pick 4 at the Big A. But we got to get to day number 2, in which we were fast and firm. We had plenty of turf. In fact, a third of this card, or just about, spent on the grass. And Johnny I will get us up to speed with the call as they go round the first time in today's featured 4th race for 3-year-old fillies.
Rock Me Again looking to clear the field and get the lead, and Rock Me Again is in front. In tight there a bit was Enthusiastic Gal. Tapestry is down at the rail. Runner on the outside. Enthusiastic Gal is now in 4th. Then it's Ortega and Gigi's Kitten, the early trailer, in 6th. Rock Me Again leads the field into the clubhouse turn. Rock Me Again in front here by a length. Tapestry is down at the rail with a runner alongside in the opening quarter mile in 24 and 4/5 seconds. They're on the backstretch now. Rock Me Again by a length and a half. Tapestry. And on the outside, runner, their heads apart, 2nd and 3rd, with Ortega in 4th. Another length and a half to Gigi's Kitten and Enthusiastic Gal. The half, 51 and 4/5 seconds. Rock Me Again sets the pace here and leads by 3/4 of a length. Runners on the outside. Tapestry is down at the rail. Tapestry now a little more than 2 from the front. Ortega is running in 4th. Then Gigi's Kitten and Enthusiastic Gal. They're racing around the far turn. Rock Me Again is still in front here. Rock Me Again by a length. Runner and Tapestry continue to chase in 2nd as the field comes into the stretch. Rock Me Again. Tapestry down at the rail. Runner. Ortega's on the outside. Rock Me Again hasn't been caught yet. Rock Me Again in front. Gigi's Kitten is splitting horses and putting in a late run now. Rock Me Again and Gigi's Kitten. They come down to the line together. Rock Me Again, Gigi's Kitten, photo finish. Gigi's Kitten or Rock Me Again with the favorite Tapestry in 3rd.
2 grays down to the wire for Chad Brown and Shug McGahee. Shug's filly, a big favorite on the fence. They could not match strides with Gigi's Kitten splitting foes in the purple cap.
Yeah, terrific ride from Junior Alvarado. Able to overcome, I should say, that slow pace by saving ground, splitting horses, getting up late. You got a feel for the 7, Rock Me Again. Did everything but win. And the well-judged ride by Junior Alvarado, the difference there.
Bill Mott, in a game of inches, getting the right end of that photo finish as Gigi's Kitten comes back to the winner's circle with Junior aboard and a 14-1 long shot winner in race number 4. And we'll stay on that trend. We'll go for the green on the Big A green on the other side of this break here on Aqueduct Insider.
Now you can enjoy your favorite pro and fantasy football teams while playing the races in style as Longshots welcomes back NFL Sunday Ticket. With over 400 HD TVs, 270 individual carols, a full-service sports bar and food menu, Longshots is the place to catch all the great racing and football action. So come on out, bring your friends, bring your league to Longshots, located on the 2nd floor at Aqueduct.
Welcome back to the Big A. Who's the rider, Mig?
That would be Aaron Grider.
Yep, nice.
Rider the Grider.
A.T. Grider has got quite a few intertrack riding titles to his credit. Was really rolling on this circuit, at least during the winter time, with Drew Malika back at the turn of the century, and well-spoken, smart guy. Good to have Aaron with us. An aggressive rider at that. Speaking of aggressive, we'll really throw some cash your way with that $125 new member deposit over at Naira.com. Sign up if you haven't done so already. But Aaron Greidever, a likable veteran who's back in the Big Apple.
And a terrific rider, and I think has been riding great since he's made his return back to New York. Won a race today, won a stake over the weekend. To me, though, you learn more about how well a guy's riding when they don't win. And he rode 2 turf races yesterday where he was second and he was fourth and saved every inch of ground, which is so important on this Aqueduct inner turf as it is on the inner track. And one of the reasons why he's always been so successful, very position conscious, a rider that's going to be good to have around here.
All right, you like a guy that's prepared and tactically is very sound, and he's picked up some live horses for trainer Chad Brown that will only serve him well going forward. As we head forward into race number 6, we'll start the final pick 3 on just an 8-race card on MSG Plus. Back to Johnny I we go, high above the roof at Aqueduct.
Forwardly placed here in the early going. Soki is the leader with Nylander, and Royale Rose heads apart second and third. Maya's Queen Niti is fourth. Lemon Drop Lollipop down at the rail and running in fifth. Cover Up is sixth. Kadiver is next in seventh. Iamoni is eighth, and Early Snow trails the field in ninth as they move around the clubhouse turn and head for the backstretch. Soki is the leader by a little more than a length, and a tough-to-handle Nylander there. Nylander is rank racing in second, 2.5 lengths to Royale Rose in third. Then it's another 2.5. Lemon Drop Lollipop on the inside of Maya's Queen Niti. Farther back, it's Cover Up and Kadiver, and at the back of the pack, Early Snow and Iamoni. The quarter went in 24 1/5 seconds, and the half in 49 4. And Soki is the one to catch. Soki by a little more than a length, with Nylander still in second and Royale Rose still in third. They're midway around the far turn. Soki in front, 3/4 of a length. Nylander moves up on the outside. Royale Rose is third. Then Maya's Queen Niti. Down at the rail is Lemon Drop, a Lollipop with Cover Up far outside. It's Kadiver. Soki in front here. Royale Rose down at the rail. Lemon Drop Lollipop with Cover Up. Soki is the leader, and Soki has won it wire to wire. Royale Rose in a photo there with Cover Up and Lemon Drop Lollipop for the place.
And the key to Soki's victory, the slow pace, Mig, does that sum it up perfectly?
Yeah, absolutely. He got to control the race. Well, the rider, when I say he, Manny Franco, obviously Soki is a filly. But when she tipped her hand, she had ability last time and then got another soft setup here and on the lead. It's tough to beat lone speed that's quality, and that's what she was. Lone speed, no one took her on, and flag fall to that's all.
All right, George Weaver's second time out. Manny Franco up by the late Indian Charlie. And his latest freshman stallion, a phenom, Uncle Mo, has, I think, filled the void of Indian Charlie passing. Uncle Mo has continued to sell well, and even mares in full at the current ongoing FASIG TIPTON sale at Keeneland.
And in his first crop, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner, I mean, he stepped into those shoes quite readily, and big shoes they were to fill.
Like father, like son. Let's move on to race number 7. This kicked off the late double. It felt like race 8, but it was only race number 7 on the program, Mig. Out of the chute, first race for us on the main track. Here's Johnny I.
And the rough. Johannesburg Smile. There's Beauty in the Pulpit. And the outside, Wake Up in Malibu. Wake Up in Malibu takes the lead. Beauty in the Pulpit in second. One-sided has come up now to grab third. Johannesburg Smile on the outside in fourth, with Giant Finish next in fifth. This Hard Land is sixth, and Native Hero down on the inside runs along in seventh. As they move up the backstretch, it's Wake Up in Malibu in front by a length. One-sided moves it to second, with Beauty in the Pulpit third. The quarter went in 23 2/5 seconds. Johannesburg Smile is fourth by a head, with Giant Finish in fifth and a break of 2, This Hard Land and Native Hero. Wake Up in Malibu with the lead over one-sided. So the two favorites are 1-2 here. Beauty in the Pulpit down at the rail. Giant Finish in between horses. And on the outside, it's Johannesburg Smile, the half, 46 4/5 seconds. Wake Up in Malibu, holding on to the lead over One-Sided. Beauty in the Pulpit is third. Then Johannesburg Smile, followed by Giant Finish, This Hard Land, and Native Hero. They come for the quarter pole. Wake Up in Malibu, still in front. Now in front by 2. One-Sided, Beauty in the Pulpit, right together. Wake Up in Malibu is the leader with less than 1/8 of a mile to the finish. And Wake Up in Malibu now has a 3-length lead. Then it's Beauty in the Pulpit and One-Sided. Wake Up in Malibu on the front end the entire way. Beauty in the Pulpit was second. One-Sided third. Johannesburg Smile fourth.
Wake Up in Malibu, big speed, and talk about connections in the Kupferbergs and trainer John Paracella being ahead of the curve when they grabbed this guy for $35,000 upstate via the claim box.
A terrific claim, one of many through John Paracella's career. Wake Up in Malibu? I don't think so. Wake Up in New York. John Paracella, that's where you belong, and in the winner's circle. And I like this horse. We talked about this horse last night here on the show, and I said I like this horse. Second time, John Paracella, drawn towards the outside, controlling speed. Congratulations to John.
And capped a 2-win day for jockey Jose Ortiz, who will put up some big numbers through the main track meet in the Holiday Fest at Aqueduct, as we have the world's fastest pick 5. In fact, Thursday's 5-pack. Let's do it. Back to Johnny I we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8 with a look back with Cappy.
Sunday. Even Betty moves up into contention now as the field comes for the top of the stretch. It's Building Permit. Even Betty. Now they're 1-2 with 3/16 to the wire. Building Permit leads here by 3. Even Betty all out. Roman Reign on the outside. It's Building Permit in front. Then Even Betty and Roman Reign. Building Permit at 3-5. Roman Reign up for second. Then it was Even Betty, Smiling Sunday, and Brandini. And will be taken to the outside by Johnny Velasquez. Lightning Buzz is down at the rail. They're in the stretch. It is Augie's Coming. Mr. Manolo, Dreams Do Come True. And Ideal Quality out in the middle of the track. Less than 1/8 of a mile to the finish. It's Augie's Coming. Augie's Coming looking to go wire to wire here. Augie's Coming by almost 3. And Augie's Coming and Kendrick Carmouche will do it in front-running style. Mr. Manolo was second. Close for third. Dreams Do Come True and Ideal Quality. And it is Autumn Squall with a narrow lead at Carone towards the rail. Splendid Gold on the outside. And Yes for Success. It is Autumn Squall with the lead. Splendid Gold driving on the outside. Then it's Yes for Success with less than 1/16 to the wire. Autumn Squall. Here's Splendid Gold on the outside. Autumn Squall, Splendid Gold. Splendid Gold got it. Splendid Gold over Autumn Squall. Yes for Success was third. Here's Boss, followed by Our Luck. The field is in the stretch. Talk Time, Banker's Boss. Banker's Boss now grabs the lead. Talk Time is second. Our Luck moves into third as they come down for the 16th pole. It's Banker's Boss in front. Then Talk Time and Our Luck. Banker's Boss by 2. Talk Time finished second. Our Luck was third, and for the back, Jacobs here finished fourth. King Dublin is challenged here by Rangers Coming, who's come on now to grab the lead. And here's Deary now. Deary appears on the outside. Deary up to grab the lead from Rangers Coming. Vino Blanco is third, and Rooftop View is fourth. It's Deary with the lead as they come down to the finish. Deary drawing away in the stretch. Deary the winner by 3. Rooftop View up for second. Then Rangers Coming and Vino Blanco.
Keeping it all in the family, a little Johnny V with Leo O'Brien, Mig, their second win in as many days here at Aqueduct.
And it seems like when Leo gets hot, he wins in bunches, and you saw his horses look terrific in the paddock. And when he reaches out for his son-in-law, Johnny Velasquez, he's not calling Johnny to ride just to ride.
And Johnny in the nightcap, too. He's got to get home to Leon and the kids. If he's hanging out for a reason, and they got the cash, as did the chalk players at 5-2 with Deary. Favorite players, however, took it on the chin. It was not ideal as we go to the second look in Cappy, backtracking to race number 2, and the big favorite, Ideal Quality, was just never in the hunt at crunch time.
Now, he really wasn't. He had decent enough position around the turn. Johnny was trying to keep him in the race. He tipped him to the outside. He came up completely empty. Heads-up ride by Kendrick Carmouche. Augie's coming, one sprint, and goes right to the lead and draws away. Kendrick had a double today, too, riding extremely well. But Ideal Quality, he was empty when it counted, and it cost him third money as well, which resulted in pretty big show prices.
$26, $21, and $20 and some change on those, and a minus show pool. In fact, with him out of the number, you had those $20+ show prices as Kendrick picked up a riding double today. As Mig just mentioned, Jose Ortiz won a couple races. He's your leading rider with only 2 cards down. We've run, 17 races so far this fall at Aqueduct. Claims, was Ideal Quality claimed? Danny Gargan gets him for $40,000. Lightning Buzz claimed out of race number 2 by trainer Gary Gullo, who won a race today. And we'll look to get the money tomorrow. A lot of winning coming your way on the Friday card. We start at 12:20 at the Big A, and a preview is coming up. Guess the trainer and the jockey, Mig. If you can't get this, well, I'll be hosting the show by myself going forward.
I know the trainer is a guy who won over 2,000 races now, and he's been a stalwart mainstay on the NYRA circuit for a long time. Bruce Levine, a guy I used to love to ride for.
And I think that was Jose Ortiz next to Bruce, talking a little pre-race strategy. And $200,000 the minimum in that Saturday late pick 4. Chad Brown, a major player in the featured 8th race, the Long Island. And as you said, very fortuitous with post positions, getting the 3 inside posts. And there's plenty of Big A racing to go around. Opening week, we'll extend it a day. Monday, November 9th, a rare Monday card at Aqueduct. 12:20 the start time. Jason Blewitt, Richard Migliore charging down the stretch. And I haven't really spoke to you. I mean, we chatted a little bit off camera downstairs in the office, but what was the Breeders' Cup like with AP winning?
It was tremendous to be there. The excitement level, and I was taken with how many people were there to see their first horse race. Not there just for their first Breeders' Cup, and it was all about American Pharoah. The ovation he got when he came to the paddock, when Victor Espinoza was put on board, when he went out on the track, and then when he was coming back after that procession, that incredible performance he put together. It was a great experience to be there, and I was very privileged, felt very privileged to cover it.
And I think that'll be a multifaceted, basically good karma, a good vibe story that will carry on in this sport, in the industry going forward for a number of years. This isn't going to be something that just ends when 2015 comes to a close. I think the American Pharoah phenomenon will have legs and will continue on.
Well, winning the Triple Crown and it not being done in so many years obviously made it special, but then to have a horse with his personality, whose energy level on the track and when he was competing was so high, but then he could turn it off so much when he was back at the barn and allow people to get close to him. Most good horses will try to eat you for lunch. He was like a big pet, and it was, I think, a lot of the appeal that people could get close to such a great animal.
Bob Baffert called him the perfect horse Sunday morning, in fact, when it was all said and done. We will not forget the ride of American Pharoah. Once again, thank you to the horse, Bob Baffert, and the Zayats, all of them very gracious with their time. Won't soon be forgotten. Now, another great trainer, he's part of our Friday preview. It is Bill Mott with Theophilia, who starts from the right post, if you will, in race number 3.
I love outside post positions in that one-turn mile here at Aqueduct. It's just such an advantage to be able to gallop into the race properly. This filly showed a lot of grit and determination, winning her first level allowance, and I think she's in a spot and ready to step up and take the next level of her allowance conditions.
Here's Sustainable, the number 1 on the outside, back on the inner in March. She'll start for Kieran, who had 2 very good-looking winners yesterday.
Yeah, Sustainable, a nice filly. I question, this is her first time stretching out to the mile distance. She has kind of a sprinter look to me. She's going to have to show me she wants the mile.
How do you like the lifetime resume with Natalie Victoria? 10 for 40 lifetime with this 7-year-old mare who's banked nearly $500,000. The wetter, the better, although I think we're getting a fast track tomorrow.
Yeah, but you got to respect when they're 10 for 40 and 23 for 40, 1, 2, 3, over $440,000 in earnings. But I think she's going to have a little bit of company. Not that she needs to lead, but she looks like she's better when she races in the clear. And I think with horses like Uncle Southern in there, possibly sustainable, stretching out, it could be a contested pace, and Theophilia just sits the right trip from the outside.
All right, flatter filly for Jose Loscano and Bill Mott. Race number 9 finishes off the card. We ran 8 today. Tomorrow we're back to the standard 9-race fair. We end things on the turf at 1 mile with the State Bred Maiden Special Weight. These are 2-year-old fillies, and BB's run very well in her 2 starts for Rick Violet.
Yeah, ran extremely well. She was second both times. First time sprinting on the turf. Next time it rained off the turf. Now she's got to stretch out to a mile. And I think you really got to look at these horses and physically how they appear, because it's a big step up to go 1 turn sprinting on the turf to stretching out 2 turns at Aqueduct, and some horses it just doesn't translate.
And that prolific sire, City Zip, has BB. He also has Allie's Envy, who's got Chad Brown and Aaron Grider in her corner.
And I like her progression a little bit more. 6 furlongs, she was third. 7 furlongs, she was second. Aaron Grider picking up some live mounts, like you said earlier, Jason, for Chad Brown. And I think this is a horse that should be in the right position and has the look of a filly that'll get the mile.
From one good trainer to another, Dallas Stewart to Tony Dutrow with Ladies First, who lost a tough one by a head against the Pletcher horse Surprise Cameo late in the Saratoga meet.
Yeah, and again, I go back to this. I mean, she ran 5.5 and 6.5 on the dirt. This was arguably her best race getting to the turf, but very fast fractions and more the look of a sprinter type. And I just don't know how that's going to translate to the 1 mile distance on the turf.
1 and 1A, we've got our top class entry coming up with the handicapper and paddock insider. Take it away, Andy and Maggie.
Action's going to be fast and furious in that Friday card here at the Big A. We're taping this in the middle of the day. We had a couple long shots in the first 2 legs of the Pick 6. Perhaps you guys will all be telling people we have a double carryover in the Pick 6. Well, I'm going to stay out of the Pick 6 races. I'm going to look at the 3rd race going a mile. It feels like in the 5-horse field there's plenty of speed. Now, maybe the 3 Sustainable looks like the right closer in here, but I like the 1 Guyana, who was oddly rated as a potential lone speed in a 4-horse field last time out. Well, in this race, I'm hoping she's rated behind a race that has plenty of pace. The horse to beat is the 5, Theophilia, on the outside, but she won her last race going long because she was able to set an excruciatingly slow pace. Yes, she's helped by being outside the other speeds, but there is significant speed with Natalie Victoria and Uncle Southern in here. A much different dynamic for Theophilia, but possibly a good one for Guyana, who at times has run some very good races for Bruce Levine. Won't be favored. It's the 1 Guyana in the 3rd race for me on Friday.
Bit of light rain falling here in the Aqueduct paddock for your Paddock Insider, and hoping the nice mild temperatures do continue on to the Friday card. So I'll take a look at race number 2, maiden special weight for the New York bred fillies and mares, 7 furlongs on the main track. Number 3, Counterculture for Jimmy Jerkins, is a 2nd-time starter and a pretty nicely bred one for the Bromans, a daughter of Smart Strike. And despite me thinking that she'd probably want to go a bit further, still thinking that she gets a 1/2 furlong extra, but the blinkers go on. And 2, because she was such a big, rangy type filly, she probably needed that first race. And I do think there's some talent in there because she was very nicely put together. 2, she's bred to be pretty nice. So I think the favorite's a bit vulnerable as well. That is Beating Heart Baby, coming in off of a nearly 11th month layoff. So I think your likely 2nd choice, that is Counterculture, your Paddock Insider, will be able to take down the field in tomorrow's 2nd. Guys, back to you.
50,000, the double Pick 6 carryover. We get a bird's eye view of all the live goings on in the paddock here at the Big A. 12:20 for that Friday card, a Pick 6 carryover. And the Big and I will see you tomorrow night right here on MSG Plus.